Oops. Right, it went behind me. Come here. Oh, it went back there. It's on the deck. Good boy. Bring it back, please. Drop down. Not over there. Over here. Oh, you're tired. Okay, we're gonna use an A chord. Okay, so the question was, in the same way that we use the D shape, because this is an A chord. That's the truth. That's an A chord. Even if it looks like a D, it's an A. Because it has been transposed 9th fret. And because A is right there. That's something that you should learn. You should learn every chord. Where are the roots? That way you can put them anywhere you want. Here's the shape in question. It's this little A chord. It's essentially the same thing as this. Rick, how could that be? How could it be the same thing? It doesn't look anything the same. But does it sound the same? Sure it does. It sounds like a major chord with the root on the bottom and the third on the top. The fifth and the root in between. We dip all over here. So here, root, fifth, root, third. Root, fifth, root, third. It only looks different because the guitar has a funny makeup where all of the strings are a fourth apart except for the second and third, which are a major third apart. The reason it's like that is so it's easier for us to play chords. So everything that we did with this we can do here. Everything. The other thing to notice about this is it's different parts of different scales. So we have our minor scale. We have the D scale. Which also contains that. How about E minor? Kind of fits. It has a C sharp instead of a C, but that's okay. That makes it E Dorian. Can you use an A chord in soloing the same way that you use a D chord? Yeah, absolutely. And so just to prove it, I'm going to play an A major chord like it was before. Ah! If you do it on the fourth, you have to do this note here instead of this note. No, you don't. That sounds great. Okay, it's a cage system. I always start with C. It's one of the most basic things in Western music. By Western, I mean not Asian and not African. So it's really simple. It's the open So I'm playing in open position, meaning I'm using open notes in this one. 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3. That's your C form. Again. It's the C form because when you're in the open position, it's in the key of C. It's the simplest way to say why it is what it is. The other reason is because there's clearly a C chord shape in it. Okay. The next one up is A. So it starts here with your second finger. That's another way to remember these. What string is the root on and what finger do you use it? Hey, stop that! So it's 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then you shift up to the third position. Then you do 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. If you want to go up higher, you can, but it's not necessarily part of that position. So I'll do that again. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, shift to the third fret, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. Next one up is the one everybody knows, and that's G form. But it's actually one of the more complicated ones, shifting wise. Bring the ball over here. So you do 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then instead of 1, 3 that you might think you do 1, 4. Same note as the 3 finger would fall on. But this way you can now shift back with your first finger and then collapse again and bring your first finger back to the 5th fret. Coming down. 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 1, collapse. 4, 2, 1, 4, collapse. 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1. These are good to practice in many different ways. I'm currently practicing going down 5, going back up, down 5, back up. So I go. See how I'm doing that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the next one. And what's cool is then the next one starts on the upbeat. Next one up is the E form. This is the one I find the easiest. Don't know why. Because you can go 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 1. There's my thirds coming down. If I think too much about it, I can't do it. I don't think that I'm great at these, but I think that knowing them, ingraining the sound of them in your head is a good way to become a better player. Because I think that really what we play is based on what we hear in our heads. And when it's a good thing that you're hearing in your head, you're going to play a good thing. And if you have patterns that you've practiced and you hear them in your head, you know, things like because I've practiced it a bunch of times and I hear that scale. So for me, the E form is it's easy to learn, but it's hard to translate into melodic ideas. Even though this is in there, I mean that's the only thing I can come up with, right? Okay. The next one is the D form, or the Dorian mode. It starts right there. The Dorian mode's fantastic. So that's the D form. 1, 3, 4. The shift comes earlier. 1, collapse your hand, go up 2 frets with your 4th finger, then shift back to the 9th fret here, I guess in this case. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, and then you're going to collapse and move up. 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. This is the same scale as the Aeolian mode or the natural minor scale, except for the change of 1 note, and that's the 6th. So if we would count up from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a raised 6, so it's like a minor mode. It just has a different flavor, and it sounds really great. But if you're in that minor key, and you go to the 4 chord, which is minor, then you can't use it. You have to use the natural minor. But that gives you a nice opportunity to do a good chord change kind of melodic thing. So you might be going Dorian, there's the G minor, natural minor instead of Dorian. Back to, can you use a natural minor over the D minor? Of course you can. But I like, that's my favorite. Okay, so that's the D, and then we're back to the C form, except this time in a closed position. In other words, we're not using the open strings. So it's easy. It's 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Okay, that's the C form. There's your C chord. Hey Rick, where's the D chord in the D form? It's harder to see. It's easier to see in the C form. I think the C form and the D form fit together. Okay, so the other thing to notice obviously is that they go up the scale. So here's the C form. If you move up the C major scale to D, then you move up to E. Here is your then move up to F. And move up to G. G. A minor. Easy, right? The first thing I'll do with A minor is I'm going to play that little A chord shape. Look where I am, I'm just in A pentatonic. You could also go. D form, Fred. And then finally C form again. Okay, that's a minor example. Here's a major example. Let's do key of F, because everybody loves F. You can start here, which is E form. Just gotta watch out, make sure you're in tune. I like this one. I like to go between D form and C form. Trying to get bluesier in the A form. It's hard. All right. Let's go up to G form. That tells me that my fourth finger is the root now, and my third string first finger is the root. Right there, sixth string fourth finger root. And then back to E form, but closed position this time. Much in this one either. Oops, I'm playing in the wrong key. But it sounded good. In the E form, you have that shape, the basic F chord. Right? In the D form, you have this, which is a D chord. I'm using the first finger, finger capo. Stop it! And then here, in C form, it's the C shape. Up here, it's a G form. See the G shape right here? And then back to E form. I said that this is your one chord in your E in the E form. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Even though it's an F, your first finger is being a capo. You're really playing this. You're playing this shape. This is the important part. It looks like an E, but you put the finger capo behind it. right? But if you're in that shape and you want the 5 chord, it's a C7 shape. If you want the 4 chord, it's an A shape. If you want the 3 chord, you can do it that way. You can play an A minor there, or an A minor there. If you want the 2 chord, it's a G minor 7 right there. Right? If you want the 6 chord, and if you want the 7 chord, and then so they're all there. All right, folks. Thanks a lot. Peace to you. Hi, Parker. Go see Parker, friend.